Hello and welcome. Today, I have been tasked, I've been sent from the top programmers the job of repainting the architecture of the soul's spine. It's a big deal. The spine of the very soul itself, the architects are asking me to recontextualize it, repaint it. I experienced a recalibration of the electrical grid in the universal background noise. The idea of a spine of a soul is not so crazy. An actual structure, like a concrete material thing, but not in the concrete material plane. A spinal structure through which energy systems flow, and you're just a facet of that, a symptom, or what have you. That was a lot to take on. In order to reconfigure my spinal soul down here on Earth, welcome, I am going to apply the following technique. Number 1, I will be using Philip glass to change the composition of my cellular data. What are you talking about? Cellular data? It sounds vaguely both biological and totally technological. Numbers and spreadsheets and algorithms and tissues and base matter at a tiny scale. They shouldn't sound the same unless... Are they the same? You must certainly know this, who live in the outer 3 solar systems. You're out there right now in deep space. Tell me what you feel. What do you feel below the amplification at a billion-fold level? I want a sex. I want to fight. I want a me. I want a you. What do you feel beneath all that? Beneath any tribalism? What's below it? I really want to know what your vibration is. I really want to know what your vibration is. I really want to know what your vibration is. What is your vibration? Please tell me. Because that's the conversation I want to be having with you at all times. A vibrational interaction. Well, that's what I'm talking about. If I'm talking about anything at all, and frankly, I don't know. Sometimes, down here on Earth, the last one, the only one, stuck in this biosphere deal for 14 years now, all alone, I've come to have some suspicions about what it means to be part of something, be part of another people. I mean, I feel perfectly sane. So sometimes I don't know what's going on. So I have to try to feel it from you. Because you're sending me your vibrations from deep. A little deeper, please. Deeper all the way, deep in outer space. You're out there sending vibrations that I feel. Because of the distance, we're unable to communicate. But I know you're out there, and I know I'm here. I can feel you. You can feel me. Without contraptions. Actual feeling. It's the feeling horse. It's the feeling horse. When you don't know how you're feeling and you don't know where to go, grab your reins, grab your cowboy boots, and on the feeling horse you will know. Know your feelings. Not meaning know your feelings. Here's what they are. Know your feelings. Know them. Today I will be going into the laboratory working on spinal structure of the soul. There is this anatomy structure in our cellular data. This thing knows to be a tiny little pink pigment skin thing here. You see it, and also it's functioning. In the same way that is a wood molecule, blondish, functioning. The same as this is a what have you, functioning in a larger... Just as we have intelligence and consciousness, so too the thing of which when we are all amassed we become must have intelligence and consciousness, the larger entities, and then so too what we are composed of must also have consciousness and intelligence, perhaps in a way we don't conceive of it or talk about it, but which is clearly evident. How could we have it if it's not in the things we're made of? You know, I've never thought of it that way. Yes, we're made into something special and spectacular and amazing, and please, flower. It's also true. Every little cell in you is going, this is me being me. That's the consciousness that can flow through it all. Or a consciousness can flow through it all. It's only me. It's only me trying to take from you what I need. I'm going to get it from you. I'm in competition, fierce competition at all times with other versions of this and with the bigger thing of which I'm part, these things that I'm part of, the things that you're part of. And then we do that to the parts of us. Well, you're a separate entity and you're a skin cell, and so I trade things for you, and I'm battling with you, I'm trying to manipulate you, worrying about you, I'm taking you to the doctor. I'm being led by your impulses alone. My parts are just parts. I'm the thing when it's all together. Nothing to do with the goddamn parts, it's just me! No, I won't have it. Not with you fucking people. Not with those kind. Not with that name. Not with that ism. I'm out! It's me! Hey! I want more me! It's just me! You want me to do something for the good of the whole... That separation, whether on the cellular level, the human individual level, or the grander scale of things level, leads to That kind of conflict and anxiety through which things can't really grow and blossom in awesome ways. If you want to really grow and blossom in awesome ways, the thing you're going to want to do is bloop, flower, bloop, flower, bloop, flower. And in order to do that, your consciousness must include that your parts are as conscious as you. And the thing you're a part of is as conscious as you. And the type, quality, purity of your consciousness as it flows from the parts through you into the thing that you're a part of, that is your experience of well-being. The more fluid and connected that consciousness is, going from the out, in through the parts, into the one individual, out to the whole, in a constant dance, which is the double helix, which is the snake, which is how things are defined by what they are and what they're not, but yet those two are the same thing, dancing at all times. If that's your experience of being, that's well-being. If your experience of being is not... You people! If that's what you're experiencing in your body and mindset, then you're chopping up your consciousness. You're not in the flow, and your well-being will be less. So, when we talk about spinal structure and cellular data, we're talking about some weird, magical, but also what's the opposite of magic? Basic. Something along the lines of what you put in is what you get out, but what are you in that equation? If you are everything, if my parts are consciousness and part of that, I'm part of this, and that's part of that, and it's all hooked up, I am everything. That's interesting. Interesting take on what it means to be me. Me is an aspect of everything. Therefore, the quality of everything, the health of everything, the balance, the harmony of ease of everything will affect me. Give yourself constantly to everything. Show up as a part. Me as the symptomatic flowering result of all of you and it and everything. Sorry, I should have said this up front. I should have been like, here's what I'm talking about. Okay, let me get the notebook. Here we go. Okay. So turn to aisle 13, row 26, baby food bottle number 2. So I've written down a series of, probably closest to crumbs, cast-offs of a psychic experience in the now. So that's why I've written these down with such care. So I'm reading it now. I try to read these every morning. And that's what I forgot to tell you about, right? So this is kind of what I'm getting up to. To relieve your psychic burden, dance with your cellular data as if it is moonlight. That was always a bit of a tricky one to understand. There is an unseen structure, an architecture, a spinal awareness through which the thing that we would call soul or divine or God flows that is not meant to be seen or fully understood or articulated. Alteration, enhancement, and strengthening of said structure, spinal, is possible. So you can do something about it even though you don't know what it is you're doing something about. How is that possible? Bin number 14. The gate, the aperture of the connective tissues from your parts to you, from you to the whole, have become restricted or tightened. It is not that you need to know the anatomical structure of your soul spine. It is that you need to maintain and nurture its openness. Therefore, if you're feeling closed in any ways, I love this part, and you always will. That's what I love about the great book. It's so full of beautiful things like that. You always will feel the tension of the connection of your soul because you're designed that way. That's what makes you human. And then, so that's what I read every morning. And then one of the exercises I have for doing it is you take the aspiration to open your soul spinal column connection channel. That's textbook. Then you take that aspiration as a willful intent and you find objects in the thing going on around you called reality, pencil and paper, a body and sound. You take something and apply it to something else. You create contact between two things with that aspiration. Call it creation, call it creativity, call it Wizzy Hoodles, which is the application of an aspiration for soul spinal freedom through the contact of two things in the material plane. You apply that, just the aspiration, that you be connected and aware of the truth that your parts are conscious and you are conscious and the thing you're part of is conscious, and the more open and fluid that all is, the greater all life, including yours, will be. Seems like a pretty cool thing to get up to. I mean, yeah, okay, sign me up. Yay! We can all play! This does not have any aspect of like, but not you. You believe the wrong things. I believe the right things. Really? Then why are you so nervous if you believe the right things? Curious. I am going to apply paint to canvas, using Philip Glass as something applied to me in my aspiration to contact the world through my soul. His whizzy hoodles are his application of mind, music, pen to paper to instrument. That is the conversation the divine is having. It is giving it to each of us, and each in our own way chisel it into the world so that it can be reflected to the divine. The divine can say, aha, that's what I thought. I wondered what this would sound like, but I don't have hands, eyes, instruments. I'm the omniscient one. I need a physical body to create the sound. That's how we are used as gifts. All of us. There's no exception, because the divine's wish to see itself and its creation is infinite in scope and particular detail. It wants to see it all. Nothing is elevated or devalued. It is simply the present awareness of it that the divine wants through you. So, you've got these gifts. You've got these geniuses. We all do. It's not even like a debatable, like, oh, I don't know, how do you judge it? You might find that your denials are not born of your own internal feelings, but a syncopated calcification of your mind thoughts from regenerative cycles of culture, endowing you at unseen levels with a certain, like, I gotta maintain the walls of what I am and what you are. I've been told and it's been told and the way things have always been. Not in the flow of reality. So, what were we talking about? So, particular matter, cellular data, spinal column, Philip Glass, genius gifts. We all have them. Even if no other human witnesses or recognizes or idolizes or pays for it. That does not diminish the quality or importance of your gift of being. Sorry, that's true. Again, feel free to deny it. Feel free to join an ism or an ideology. Be like, no, watch, it's actually about this. Oh, great. Wonderful. What a play you're putting on. But I can tell you what you'll find when they draw the curtain. There's just being. I mean, that's what I think. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. I might be Bonkersville. Come on in. Welcome to Bonkersville. I've been down here for 14 years alone. I don't have a problem with being in Bonkersville. I probably should be in Bonkersville. Hello, are you the deputy civic director of Bonkersville? Yeah. Well, I'd like to move here. What do you mean you don't have any room? There's no residential area left in Bonkersville? Well, perhaps I haven't given my bona fides. I'm as bonkers as they come. I think you can probably find a little room for me in Bonkersville. Captain Bonkers here, in fact. Wouldn't mind being the king of Bonkersville. Come on in, everybody. Why is nobody here? Because they're all bonkers, sir. Nobody showed up for the town hall meeting. God damn it. These fucking bonkers. Where am I? You're on the throne, sir. Why? Who put me here? Jesus. What kind of responsibilities come with this that I don't want to have? You'd be bonkers! To want to sit in the throne of power without humility? Jeez. Talk about crazy, man. That is out there. You want to take on the throne of responsibility? Without humility? You want to promote yourself as someone who's like, I'm not humble or have humility. I know exactly what's right and what's wrong, and you're always right or wrong, and I'm always right. On everything. Oh man, that is going to cause you incredible ill health and will cause incredible ill health to whatever group or tribe you're leading. Obviously, because that's what you're leading them to. All right, everybody. We're all right. We can all say I'm right and fight to the death about who's right. Sir, I might be new to the court here, but that seems like a recipe for disaster. Just everyone thinks they're right, and we'll fight basically to the death to that, because then everyone will just kill it. Am I missing the math on this? That's what happened on Earth! That's what happened to Earth! That's why you live in the outer solar systems! Because what happened here, what was avoidable to leave. Only to find out, shit, we still need to fix it! God damn it, you can't run from your problems! Why did nobody tell me that? Where's the memo? Where's the myth and story about, oh, they've always said that, even in song. Don't run from your problems doesn't work, but here we are as an entire human race. Like, we'll just run away from the problems that we create on Earth. That'll solve it. Oh my, you must be dating 18-year-olds, 40-year-olds. Oh, you are. That's what happened here on Earth. That's why I am here alone on Earth. Thank you for your patronage. Where are all the armadillos? We got so infected with the mindset that I'm right, which had worked for thousands of years because there weren't 8 billion of us, then 10 billion of us. We weren't becoming such a large, hive, organismal operation that we had immediate direct impact on the entire ecosystem. That had never been true before, and it became true, but we were still locked into mindsets from thousands of years ago. I'm right about God. I'm right about statehood. I'm right about ethnicity. I'm right about gender. I know everything about what the universe is. It will, of course, go and the new wonderful things will grow to be eaten by the God cow. There, a new world. That whole cycle will keep going, so no worries deep, deep, deep down. But if you're liking being in the game, if you'd like a seat in the orchestra and have some care about humanity and humans and the ecosystem which supports and creates us, and therefore that we want to maintain a healthy circular balance with, if that's something you're like, yeah, I do like donuts. I'd like to stay involved with this thing here. I'm pro donut. If you're telling me that if we don't do things, we're going to lose donuts and the ability to have a body that tastes donuts, yeah, well, I'll take a stand. Great, come on in. Welcome to Bunkersville. We can use all you can get. Do you have any friends out there who kind of got it figured out? I had to ask. So, sir, where are you going? I'm taking off. So you're the mayor of Bunkersville. You can't leave. Today's the anniversary of Bunkersville. That's why I feel like I should leave. Humility for those who sit on the throne of power. To understand the goal of gaining the throne is not to impose your rightness. Check in deeply instead with what's good for the whole. A leader is a link in the cosmic chain of parts. Humans are part of cultures and groupings. Those cultures and groupings dictate the quality type of life of the individuals in it. So you want leaders in it that are creating the whole, who have great, should we call it wisdom? Should we call it peace within? Yeah, let's call it peace within. That makes sense. That tracks. Someone with the highest points of view, the broadest scope and compass of inclusion. Someone who is aware truly of the whole. I'm going to go out there now and apply this paint to canvas with some fill-up glass to hopefully open up my spinal column soul flex. God, look at my soul now. Have you ever seen soul this big? Oh, yeah? Wait, where? What do you mean everywhere? What? Everyone has soul as big as mine? God damn it! What was the point of all that soul training? Now I'm just super soulful, but I'm not more soulful? God damn it. Where's that pamphlet you gave me in the Son of it, it doesn't say in the pamphlet. It just says, I'll be amazing at soul. I'll be very soulful. I assumed that meant I'd be the best soulful. Yes, no, sir, that's the thing, and we assumed you'd know that, but yes, the reason the pamphlet doesn't include a comparison about soulfulness is we'd probably call it anti-soulful here. Probably that's the way we'd talk about it. So, yes, just your soul's enough. Thank you. This is mine. No, it's... Well, whose pamphlet was it in the first place? Things have changed a lot since you've been gone. The sky speaks. It's just not me, I'm sure. It's not hallucination or abstract projection. I feel confident that the sky's been speaking to me, but only at night, at 2 or 3 in the morning. This sort of strange, almost frequency that feels an awful lot like a moonlight speaking directly to my brain. I don't know if that's a common thing or something that you notice with other patients. Is there a cure for that, or is there a name for it? I'm pretty sure the moonlight at 2 or 3 in the morning is recoding my brain. Is that? That's real, right? I'm not making that up. It feels real. Why is everyone looking at me? I thought this was a Moonlight Telegraph Psychic Connection Anonymous group. Oops. I gotta go to bed so I can wake up and tell listen to the moonlight. Gotta come clean. Got a little bit of a problem with management. I mean, have a conversation with management around here. We gotta lock down these names. We need a banner, we need a corporate branding. Obviously, we have to have an HR department to deal with all the problems between the staff that we're starting to have because people are really getting on each other's nerves around here. So we've got a big HR department because people can't handle themselves. So now there's more people trying to handle people mishandling themselves than just people handling themselves. It's crazy. So we got an HR department, of course, and then our corporate branding department, and just the problem we've got right now is we've got a goddamn fuck up as a CEO. This guy's in Bunkersville, I tell you. Anyway, sorry to complain about management here, but the bottom line is we keep getting instructions to change the titles, the names, and locations. I keep saying that's not on brand. It's not going to sink its psychic hook into the habitual patterns of a mind without consciousness. We're not going to addict people if we keep changing the name, and the goal is to get people addicted. So goddamn rattled they don't know what's going on so we can feed them as much as possible. Right? Anyway, this CEO seems to have other ideas. Yeah, like what? Well, I'll tell you what. I went undercover to Bunkersville. That's right, I want everybody at this meeting here tonight to know I've been to Bunkersville, and it ain't pretty. I can tell you that. People accepting each other exactly as they are. A kind of mania. That's what they're doing in Bunkersville. They're saying we don't need to brand ourselves. We don't have to have psychic addiction hooks in one another. We don't have to have monolithic group control of minds. They're talking crazy out there. Someone's got to do something about it. I mean, the CEO, for Christ's sake, he's the one in charge of selling this stuff. And he's talking about it'll sell itself. Just value what you value. I don't know how much longer I can keep working for a man like that. The name of this place, as I just said, we are... Oh, yeah, so that thing. Here in the sweet wire flyer, I have wires hooked up. You know, I have electrical wires hooked up to the wirings inside of a monitor and a computer hooked up to screens and speakers and whatnot. So we've got some wires, we got some flying wires, and it is sweet! This is where we get to some of the fine-tuning nerve manufacturing within the spinal soul column. So if the soul has a spine, well, there are nerve fibers within, and those are the wiggly bits, and so I go ahead and spend some time in the sweet wire flyer writing those wiggles. Today we're going out to the laboratory, listening to Philip Glass, and just doing my exercise of opening psychic soul spine channel to implement contact between material entities and bodies in the, I'm sorry, am I in Bonkersville again? I was so sure I was on the road to, knowing what I was talking about, and then, that's right, and then I saw that funny-looking guy with the weird, and so I followed him into the antique store, and, yeah, I got lost in Bonkersville again. Can't quite get past the city limit. We're going out to the laboratory to apply canvas and paint and just see what happens. Hide and seek horse tiger.